Hi, welcome along to AFTV. The game finished Sporting 2, Arsenal 2, and probably a fair result. I was very jealous watching the game of the guys out there. The weather looked nice. It's been freezing cold over here. I was supposed to go as well and had an appointment this morning which got cancelled. NHS, right? I'm still raging about that. But listen, enjoyed watching the game in the studio with the guys. And I think, 2-2 was a fair result. Let's get into the player ratings for the first leg. In goal, Matt Turner. I think of all the games I've seen Matt Turner play, I think that's probably his worst one. I didn't think he had a great game today, you know what I mean? On the goal, could he have come and commanded his box a bit more? He seemed to get caught a bit in no man's land. There was a time when he, again, playing out from the back, he got very lucky, passed the ball, I think it was to Saliba, put him under massive pressure, and was lucky to get away with that. And just all round, he looked a bit nervous out there. He looked a bit nervy. When other games, he's been come in and he's looked relaxed and controlled it, but wasn't his greatest game today. I think I'd probably give him a 5 today. Not his greatest game today, Matt Turner. Moving to the two fullbacks. Let's first of all I'll start over on the right-hand side. Ben White, he played the whole game. He was all right. Again, he had sloppy moments though, but he played the full game. I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10. I was trying to get forward and make things happen. Let me just go to the left back. Of course, Zinchenko. I thought Zinchenko, again, a mixture of sloppiness and brilliance. That pass that he played through that should have been dispatched, I think it was by Martinelli, was absolutely sublime. He was doing little moments like that all game, but then he'd have other little moments where he'd give the ball away. But he did sort of affect the game. I think I'd give Zinchenko a 7. He got taken off because he was on a yellow card. He kept getting into little arguments with a lot of their players. They were trying to niggle him. So I think I'll give Zinchenko a 7. William Saliba, I thought he had a good game. He was sort of that commanding figure at the back, the guy that was sort of, cleaning things up and sorting things out, because it was a much changed back line. And of course, he scored a goal, another goal for him this season, scored from the set piece. So a decent game for Saliba. I think I'll give Saliba a 7 as well. Thought he had a good game today. Jakob Kiwior making his debut. It's a bit of a tough game for Kiwior, coming in, he looked a little bit nervy on the goal, there's some people accusing him of, sort of ducking a bit and not really knowing where he was. But listen, let's not be too hard on him. It's his debut, it's his first game. I don't think people understand the nerves of any footballer coming into a big game, all eyes on you. Are you good enough for Arsenal? Who are you? Where have you come from? What are you going to do? It's never easy, and I'm not judging a player on their first game. Although I'm going to give him a 5 today, I think there's better to come from Jakob Kiwior. But it was a bit of a tough debut for him. Moving into midfield, Jorginho nearly got caught out one time as well in the first half when the ball bounced over him. He had bits of control, but then he had other bits of times when he was sort of getting caught out a bit. I'll probably give Jorginho a 6. Granit Xhaka was one of the more sort of solid players in the midfield. His experience showed, put in some nice passes. I thought he had a consistent game, and I'll probably give him a 7. I'm going to give Fabio Vieira that as well. I thought Fabio Vieira had a decent game actually. He was always on the ball. He was trying to make things happen. I think if the ball had been squared to him that time by Martinelli, he would have got a goal himself. He had good deliveries. He gave an assist for the goal. Yeah, it was a decent game by Fabio Vieira returning to Portugal. So I think I'm going to give Fabio Vieira a 7. Let's give him a 7. Rhys Nelson out on the right-hand side. Tried to threaten. They marshalled him and marked him pretty well. They obviously saw the game from the weekend. But I like the way he tried. He tried to make things happen. He was always wanting the ball. He got substituted off, and when I saw him get substituted off, I say he was actually probably playing better than Saka. But I think we've got to remember this guy's a guy that's just coming back off of a very, very long injury. We've got to manage him. We're going to need him. So I think that was the reason why he came off. So I think I'll probably give him, on the balance of things, let me give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 as well, Rhys Nelson. I'm actually going to give Saka a 6, which he wasn't really worse than Rhys Nelson, but it's just the standards he set is so high that I just felt he had a bit of a quiet game today. Had a few shots at the end where he sort of cut in and got his shot off, but it's a bit of a frustrating game for Saka. We know what he can do game in, game out. So Saka, I'll probably give a 6. Martinelli, I think, I'll probably give him a 7 as well. You know, he nearly scored. If he would have scored that goal, you know what I mean, he would have got a 9. I mean, it was an unbelievable run by Martinelli, and he was really unfortunate not to score that goal. Slightly heavy touch right at the end, but overall, always a threat, always dangerous. Should have squared the ball though on that attack when he could have just played in Fabio Vieira, went for the goal himself. And a couple of times, you know what I mean, maybe he could have been a little less greedy. But overall, a decent game by Martinelli playing down the middle. I'm going to give him a 7. Moving into the substitutes, a lot of substitutes had a lot of time to really make an impression. Smith Rowe came on, didn't really have a lot of time. I give him a 6. I thought Partey, I'll give him a 7 because he came on and he really steadied the ship in midfield. You know what I mean? As soon as he came on, it was just like control. They didn't threaten again at all after that when Partey came onto the pitch. That's how good he is. 7 for him. And I also thought Tomiyasu, when he came on as well, he also had a very good game. Just steadied things up. You know what I mean? Brought a bit of control to proceedings. Relaxed everything. You know what I mean? Won everything. There was no really beating him. And I thought that he did very, very well on that left-hand side when he came on. So I'll give him a 7 as well. The others didn't really, come in long enough to really make much of an impression in the game. The referee today, I was reminded by my brother, which he was right, that, many referees on the first goal might have pulled it back and said, there was a little bit of a foul on the Sporting player, which there wasn't. The referee got that one right, but then he did book the wrong player in booking Martinelli, earlier on in the game. He seemed to book him based off of what the Sporting players told him rather than, having a look to see for himself. So I'll give the referee a 6 in the game. It was really a mixed performance by him. The manager, Mikel Arteta, I would give him a 7. Once again, we haven't lost the game. It's Europe, it's 2 legs. The main thing you want to do, go over to Lisbon and make sure we don't lose the game. We haven't lost the game. He'll be very angry that we've, conceded again from a set piece and conceded some sloppy goals, I'm sure. I've not seen his press conference yet. But it's a draw. He made a lot of changes today, and we've gone and we've got a draw, and we've still got a great chance of progressing through into the next round. So you've got to give the manager credit for that, and I'm going to give him... Actually, no, I'll give him an 8 today. Mikel Arteta at 8. And the fans, let's give it to them again. Once again, Arsenal, well represented over there. Over there in Portugal, I know that there were so many fans trying to get there, even this morning, to fly over there. I know there were some fans that was actually supposed to go and their flight got cancelled and didn't get over there today as well. So let's give the fans a 9. Big effort by the Arsenal fans, and that was really, really, really good. So it's finished 2-2, all to play for next week in the second leg. But, so I'm feeling confident that if we go a little bit stronger in the second leg, get the job done, progress through to the next round, it would be, really well done, because we've got to remember these games are not one game, they're over 2 legs, and we've got halfway the job done. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.